Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Aisha Zia and I am the chair of the CAEP Women in EM Committee. I'm an emergency physician at the University of Ottawa. Our CAEP Women in EM Committee provides support, mentorship, and networking opportunities to women in emergency medicine. Our goal is to help its members achieve their ideal balance in all areas of their lives. CAEP Women in EM will continue to advocate for women to move into leadership positions and for pay equity and to protect our women in EM from future harassment, intimidation that current and past women in EM have endured in their medical training and in their workplace. Furthermore, we will seek allies amongst our male colleagues who have the desire and the opportunity to safely sponsor and mentor women. 2023 and 2024 have been productive for our committee. I thank you for the opportunity to update the board on what the Women in EM Committee has accomplished in this past year. I'd like to first acknowledge the contribution of the CAEP staff, particularly Jennifer, Christina, and Shanna, who have been instrumental in the achievements of our committee. I'd also like to thank all our committee members for all their hard work on our committee. We are proud to have authored a few recent publications. The first was published by Dr. Gillian Shepherd and is titled Perceptions of Gender Equity in Emergency Medicine in Canada. This was published in January of 2024 in CGEM. Another publication is titled I Am the Doctor, Gender Bias Within the Clinical Practice of Emergency Medicine in Canada, a thematic analysis of physician and trainee interview data. This was published in CGEM in March of 2024. Dr. Laurence Burrell has joined our committee as our social media coordinator this past year. Laurence is an emergency physician in Quebec City. At present, we have more than 700 Twitter followers. For Canadian Women Physicians Day in March this past year, we had a week-long social media blitz featuring our awesome women colleagues across the country. Laurence is working hard to increase engagement from our Francophone colleagues. And in an attempt to do this, our committee has recently introduced a newsletter that has been published in English and in French to reach a wider audience across the country. We have a well-received and an awesome Women in EM mentorship program. The WEM committee had started this mentorship program in 2020 that matched medical students from across Canada with a practicing emergency physician in Canada. In recent times, we've expanded this vertical mentorship program, and it has now become a vertical program where a staff physician is paired with a resident physician and a medical student. The staff physician then has the opportunity to mentor the medical student and the resident both, whereas the medical student can also benefit from mentorship of the resident physician. This vertical mentorship program was expanded by the Women in EM Committee. It was studied by Dr. Chow Pham and Dr. Isabella Menchetti to determine its overall effect of women in our country. Their paper titled Describing a Novel National Vertical Mentorship Program for Women in EM Across Canada has been recently accepted for publication in CGEM. Our committee had prepared a pre-conference workshop that was to be delivered for the 2024 conference. However, unfortunately, due to low enrollment, we had to cancel this pre-conference workshop. There may be few reasons why registration can be low. First, many people may not be arriving early in Saskatoon for the conference. Secondly, it is a niche topic that many may not consider valuable just yet. Our committee is strategizing ways in which we can increase registration to offer this important content again in the future. This year's CAEP conference will have some exciting programming by the WEM committee. Our conference will have an oral presentation by Dr. Gillian Shepherd on Tuesday, June 11th in Saskatoon, titled Perceptions of Gender Equity in emergency medicine in Canada. On Monday, June 10th, we will have our annual meeting at the CAEP conference, and our speaker is going to be Dr. Sheila Peters, who's an emergency physician in Manitoba. This year, for the first time ever, we're collaborating with the SOGI committee for our Women in EM Social, which will also be on Monday, June 10th. We hosted a CAEP Social in Toronto last year, which was very well received. And lastly, in terms of future directions, we plan to offer our CAEP pre-conference workshop content as an online virtual program or as national grand rounds. We hope to expand our Women in EM vertical mentorship program even further in future times. WEM hopes to offer a leadership retreat in the future, and we're also working on some CAEP policy documents with regards to lactation and parental leave for emergency physicians across the country. Gabrielle, our medical student rep, will be graduating this year and moving on to our emergency medicine residency program in Toronto. We wish her all the best, and we hope that she can stay connected with our committee. Our committee is looking for a new medical student representative for the upcoming year. Again, thank you for this opportunity.